Now on BBC One Wales and on BBC HD, the return of Friday Night with Jonathan Ross.
We've got a show to get through. So, where were we? Welcome back to Friday Night with Jonathan Ross. Yeah, you're surprised. Welcome, of course, to our millions of regular viewers and to our several thousand new viewers who I suspect may well be watching for the very first time. So it's a brave new world, ladies and gentlemen. Barack Obama is in the White House. Isn't that just fabulously exciting news? It's just, you can sense the change, can't you? George Bush has gone. Well, he hasn't actually gone. He's still trapped inside, tragically pushing on a door marked pull. But I think, you know, in a weird sort of way, I think we're all going to miss him. Not so much him, maybe just more the things he said. Who else could have said, the trouble with the French is they have no word for entrepreneur? Or, I believe human beings and fish can coexist peacefully. Or, and he actually said this, rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? What sort of an idiot would say stuff like that, knowing it was going to be broadcast? What kind of you think he'd check? And, you know, on that subject, there can't be many viewers watching who aren't aware that this show hasn't been on recently, and the reason for its absence, well, you know, I'm going to take this opportunity to apologise for what I said on the radio. Because being on the BBC and being allowed this level of freedom to communicate openly with people it's a great privilege. And it's something I've always enjoyed and I value enormously. And in future, I do intend to be more aware of the responsibility that comes with such a gift. But as the kids say, it was my bad. So I do apologise for any hurt or distress it caused. Speaking of enormous cock-ups... well, it's going to be a gradual change, obviously. Will you please welcome my house band, Four Puffs and a Piano?
Coming from never pretend that it's all real. Someday, so this will all be someone else's dream.
Lovely to see you again, fellas. Thank you very much. Right. I think I remember how to drive one of these. Shall we see who is in my first green room of the series, ladies and gentlemen? I think you probably know, but we have a cracking show lined up for you tonight. My first guest is quite simply the country's most popular stand-up comedian. He is Lee Evans. Hey, Lee. Lovely to see you again. Mr. Lee Evans, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we always make a special effort when Lee is on the show. Obviously, we try to make him comfortable. We make sure he has everything he might need. But mainly, we take all the Red Bull and Haribos out of the green room. Mr. Lee Evans, ladies and gentlemen. Couldn't be happier to see you. Thank you, Lee. My next guest is an actor and writer and now also world traveller. He is the one and only Mr. Stephen Fry. Hello, Stephen. Glorious to have you back with us. Of course, as well as acting and writing, he is a quiz show host, a film director, a television presenter. He knows practically everything about everything. Stephen Fry is so clever, he is Professor Stephen Hawking's phone a friend. That's how he is. Great to have you here. Mr. Stephen Fry, ladies and gentlemen. My next guest this evening has been plucked from the very top of Hollywood's A-list. He is, quite simply, Tom Cruise. There you go, Tom Cruise. Hey, Tom. Tom Cruise, first time on the show. Tom has travelled to Europe for the premiere of his new movie. He flew in just a couple of days ago, and to make him feel at home, the pilot landed on the Thames. And, of course, we have great live music on the show from the fantastic Franz Ferdinand. There they are. With that, You know, there are moments when you realise you reach the very top of the showbiz tree, and one occurred to me just this week. I had one of those moments. Oh, well, I'm either at the top of the tree or the bottom. I'm not sure. You be the judge, because I have been turned into... This was a genuine item sent in to us, and it's very heavy. A gargoyle. A gargoyle of Sandy Toksvig, from the look of things. I need to say thanks to Lance Little, who made this and sent this in. I don't really know a lot about gargoyles, so I looked it up in the dictionary, and it is described as a grotesque monster that spews filth into the gutter. Which is not the worst review I've had recently. And the good news is, every one of my guests tonight gets one of these to go home with, OK? There you go, look, enjoying it. Not of themselves, though, obviously me. I think Stephen will make a great gargoyle, wouldn't he? Tom,
Would I?
I think, you know, he'd be a very handsome gargoyle. Lee, I think already probably is a gargoyle. That's a face only his wife's seen. Shall we get my first guest of the series out, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah! I think we probably should. He's been sitting still for a few minutes, and I think he's about to blow. Will you please welcome Mr. Lee Evans?
Sweat till you can't sweat no more. And if you cry out, I'm gonna push you some more. I'm gonna make you sweat.
Throwing some good shapes there.
How you doing?
Mr. Lee Evans. Good to see you, Lee.
Thank you.
That's a good bit of dancing you're doing
It's all
there.
going to be different, changed and stuff. You know, the whole new thing. It's like a brothel. It's still like a brothel in here, isn't it? It's like an S&M couch.
A
Where'd you
brothel
get
with
this?
just 6 ugly blokes in it. That's not much of a brothel, is it?
It's a leather couch and polyester. Not a good mix. I'll be all right.
Lee, it's lovely to have you here. Welcome
Thanks
back,
for having
Hayley.
me.
Did you have a good
and those
Christmas?
who haven't had me, I'm just round the back.
How was your New Year? How was your Christmas with the family?
Oh, I hate Christmas. I mean, I can't stand Christmas. My wife spends the whole Christmas period on the lead up to Christmas. Yeah. She wants to bring all the outside in the house. So she comes under the tree, because it's Christmassy. And she got mistletoe and then the Yuletide log, you know. I said to her, I might as well go and sit out in the garden, there's more room. This foliage, I thought Ant and Dec was going to come out and ask me to do a trial, you know.
Now, I noticed on the tour, Lee just did a huge, enormous tour. We're going to talk about the scale of this in a minute. Yeah. But I noticed it was called Bigger, and some of the material you do now, more and more, it seems to be about your home life. It seems to be about your wife and your daughter.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, and they don't mind. I mean, my wife...
Do you run it past them first?
No, I can't do any comedy in front of my wife. She goes like that. I don't do it in front of the family. No, but because that's how I live my life. I can only write what I see and feel, you know. So I unfortunately, things get me about my wife and stuff, you know. Like tonight, I was going to bring her tonight, but she took so long doing her hair and makeup and all that I came on my own. I said, I'm not waiting.
And was she? What did she say when you say that to her? Because that's what most women take a little bit longer.
She's like, I mean, she exfoliates and puts a coat of matte on, and then. But if I asked her to help me paint a door, I'd be like, no, that's your job, you know.
Let me ask you about this tour. This tour was called Big. I don't know. Did anyone here see Lee on this big tour? Okay. Well, there's 2 or 3.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
But it was.
Thank you so much for coming. Because it was so nervous.
But how many people did you perform in front of through the? It was a record-breaking tour, wasn't it?
Well, I just turn up. I got these sheets of paper, and it's sort of. I get in touch with the promoter, and he does it, you know. And it's so scary. I mean, before the show, I'm doing like bowel exercises. It's the scariest thing, you know. I mean, it really is, and it's like. And we was playing like ice rinks.
Yeah. Well, you played, I believe, at the O2 Centre. You played to 18,000 people, one gig.
Yeah, that's all family.
That's unbelievable.
But no, I mean, we was playing these ice rinks, right? Because you can play ice rinks, like 10, 20,000 people. Yeah. And it's really weird, because the ice, people are sat on the ice watching the show, you know. And the ice, because it's cold, the cold air starts to rise in the middle of the gig. It meets the hot air from the lights. Then you start to get a big cloud over your audience. People just looking for... I mean, it's like doing a gig in heaven. It's really weird.
Let's have a look at Lee in action. If you didn't see the tour, and this was like, this went straight to #1 in the charts over Christmas, this DVD, didn't it? Straight in at #1. Congratulations.
Thank you very much,
Deservedly so.
Thanks.
This is Lee Evans' Big. Have a look at this.
And what is it with women in pushchairs in the supermarket? What is it that women... they want to hang 2 weeks' worth of shopping on the back of a pushchair? You know, you ever heard that? You'll be in the supermarket having a chat with somebody and from behind you, you'll hear... You turn around, there's a kid in a pushchair. What happened? I've just learned how to walk and now all this. You know, there's always a pause before he goes like that.
That was interesting in the studio. I don't know if you were watching, Lee, when that was on. You didn't enjoy that at all.
So painful.
What,
so painful.
You never like watching yourself perform?
Look at me. I'm the ugliest. You sat me next to Tom Cruise. That was nice. Thanks very much.
Alarmingly, he seems to be getting better looking as he gets older.
He's a good-looking man. He's a nice fella. He's a good-looking man. I've met him before, actually. Come to see us in the West End, and he was such a nice bloke. He came backstage, and he walked straight in my dressing room. I've just done 2.5 hours on stage. He walked straight up to my wife and hugged her and went, "Hey, how you know?" You know. Nice. And she hasn't washed since. She hasn't. I mean, she always comments about it. She can't believe I'm here, sat on here. I'm very nervous, sat next to him. He's a good, nice
Tom,
bloke.
do you remember grabbing hold of Lee's wife? It seems to me like you were abusing your celebrity principles there. Just,
Well, you know, you have to take advantage when you can.
She's going to love that. Let me ask you about your acting career, because you are...
Yes,
I think
go on, you're changing now, yes.
Yeah, well, I've seen you on stage. You're a very talented actor. I've
Yeah,
seen you in
right,
movies.
yeah.
No, you are. I
Yeah.
think you genuinely, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
And yet you seem... I know you get offered a lot more work than you take on. I know you get offered quite a lot of Hollywood movies.
I
you
get
don't
offered
do
a
them.
lot of wacky comedies.
And why don't you do them?
Because I like something slightly bit more real, you know, and they go, "Hey, it's a wacky comedy, you should do this," you know, so I sort of get quite a few of those. I mean, I lived in Los Angeles for 2 years, sort of writing at NBC and stuff like that, and I just didn't get on with it there at all.
You didn't like the country? You didn't like the way the business works there? What was it?
I didn't understand it. I was quite young, you know. The second day I was down there, I had a fight. There's a hotel called the Sunset Marquis.
Yeah,
I had no money, and then I suddenly got this film called Mouse Hunt, and then they put us in this hotel. I sort of went up in the world. It was amazing. But I had a fight the second day I was there, because my mate knows Julian Lennon, right? And he said, "Oh, Julian's coming up tonight. We'll have a drink in the bar." And I said, yeah. So I came downstairs afterwards in the bar, and I'm standing there holding a bottle of beer, and which I don't drink anyway, so I'm standing there holding a bottle of beer, and this huge geezer come up to me and went, "Okay, sir, give me your beer and get the hell out." And I went, no, mate, no, mate. And he went, "Get the hell out," and he snatched me beer. I lunged at him like that, got him round the throat, he got me round the throat, we went through these double doors and we're scrapping on the garden like that. Julian comes out, he goes, "You know, what are you doing?" "What's going on here, like, you know?" So he thought I was a mad, nutty fan, a psycho.
Yeah. Lee,
Stalking Julian.
I've got to ask one thing I'm very excited about, and I'm easily excited these days anyway. I'm just excited being out, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the news, and this is an exclusive, that Lee is about to be in one of, if not the most best-loved TV show on British TV at the moment, Doctor Who. Lee's going to be in a new season of Doctor Who. He's not the new Doctor, obviously we know that. That's the good-looking young bloke with the big chin. Have you met him yet? Have you seen who the guy is?
He's round our house.
He
just appeared.
There he is.
Matt Vinyl.
There's quite a lot of work's gone into that hair, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Reminds me of that band, The Flock of Seagulls. Do you remember them in the 80s? It's like a modern version of that. What are you going to be in the show?
I'm a professor.
Wow.
I know. Look at me.
Well, they'll give you glasses and makeup.
I'll do something with makeup. But I'm actually really looking forward to it. My daughter's very excited because she absolutely loves the show.
Because how old is she now?
I don't get that phone box though, because you never see them cards with the numbers on in there, do you? And it always lands somewhere where there's no people. It never lands on the middle of the road or on top of someone, does it?
Well, that would be the Wizard of Oz if it landed on someone, wouldn't it?
Of course.
How old is your daughter? She loves the show, you said?
24. No, she's 15.
Oh, that's the perfect age.
No, it ain't.
It's
No, it's a nightmare.
You don't like that?
No, the whole holiday she's doing all that teenager stuff, you know?
Yeah.
No, you know when teenagers get to that age and they only answer one word and it's emphasised? Yeah. No. Do you want to go down the beach? No. I hate it. I saw that teenager stuff, and she's bringing boyfriends into the house. You know, that's the difference between having like a son and a daughter.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a daughter, it's like where you going, what you're doing. You know, if you've got a son, it's like, go on, give her one for me. It's
a very traditional household, obviously. OK, Lee, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on this
Thank
show.
you for having me.
I'm
Thanks.
really excited about you being on Doctor Who. I know it's not going to be every week. You're not a regular character.
No, I'm just going in. They asked me to do it the other day, and I said, oh, yeah, I'd love to. I'd
what a
love
treat.
to go in. It's a great show.
Well, it's an honour, isn't it, to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Lovely to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree, one of the funniest men in the country, but also what a charming fella to have around, Mr Lee Evans.
Thank you very much.
Great work, Lee. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
See you later. Lee Evans.
Thank you very much.
You've got a love, Lee. Shall we get my next guest out, ladies and gentlemen?